Hello, all. Welcome back to the panel that we have for you this afternoon. We've got some really amazing and magical panelists here with us, and we're about to get introduced. But what are we talking about today? We are talking about opening up to channel, the original live stream. Everyone has intuitive abilities, and we're here to share our personal journeys to discovering our abilities and tips for others to do and maintain the same. So again, love to just briefly go through, be introduced, and we'll get the discussion started. And of course, I love to give thanks to our amazing co-hosts, Juju and Chloe. Thank you for being here and for guiding us in discussion. Yes. And I will just go clockwise as I see us here. Lorna, would you be so kind as to introduce who you are and what you do?
Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Lorna J. Hines, and I have the pleasure of serving spirit. And for those of you out there, this is whatever the higher power or God you choose to call. Some people are into nature. Some people believe in goddesses, but I choose as my higher power spirit. So I have had a 40-odd year career in mental health in a variety of capacities. And I have continued my work in mental health and addictions as a psychotherapist. So I'm presently involved in that. But I always had a sense of intuitiveness. I always had a sense of being able to connect with people on the other side. And in addition, I grew up in a household where spirituality and a religion were not necessarily separate entities. My Caribbean grandmother lit candles, showed me how to make requests for candles, and at the same time, we prayed with the Bible. So I am also an intuitive. I'm a trance medium as well, and do mediumship and training and teaching. And as I mentioned before to the members of the group, my background and experience in mental health has been focused on cultural issues, issues of equity and diversity. And I thought I had left that all behind when I opened up my spiritual practice, only to be focused and directed and guided, most definitely, to continue that exploration, but continuing it in terms of spirituality. And so I am the proud administrator of a Facebook group, a diverse Facebook group made up of people from the United States and Canada and England and UK and Netherlands and Africa and all sorts of places. And we are the mediums of African ancestry. And if you wonder, well, how come you got white folks in this group too? Is because number one, they're interested and motivated to explore the content. But more importantly, aren't we all, in a sense, Africans, being that Africa is the birthplace of humanity? So I leave you with those little brief introduction about me, and I hope to be able to talk more with you later on in the program.
Absolutely honored. Thank you so much, Lorna, for being here. Okay, let's continue. Simon, if you'd be so kind as to introduce yourself once more.
Hello, I am Simon Deacon. I am a professional energy healer, certified vortex healer, certified Reiki master, and also an intuitive counselor. But my primary modality is vortex healing, which I am very, very passionate about because of how truly powerful it is in its healing abilities. It is very it is a very powerful divine magical intelligence that channels divine healing energy, through me into the client, divine healing energy and a deeper essence known as magical divine consciousness. This comes from the lineage of Merlin. And I say again, Merlin is more of an official title than just an Arthurian legend. It is a lineage of magic passed down through the centuries. Vortex healing experienced a resurgence through Mr. Rick Wyman, who is the founder of Vortex Healing. And Vortex Healing is very powerful. The best way to describe it is like the deeper the deeper of the divine source that you channel, the more powerful the healing acceleration is, and that is what it does. It heals on the deepest levels of your system. It heals on the deepest levels of your consciousness, releasing the deepest levels of negative conditioning, karma, trauma, creating very powerful healing acceleration, and also very powerful magical awareness and transformation that creates very powerful transformation, not also in your inner reality, but also in your outer reality. It's a truly magical modality, and it doesn't just limit itself to the healing table. It also, as vortex healers, we have come together to do very powerful healing magic on a planetary scale, which is especially needed at this time. And also, I'm also very blessed to call myself an intuitive counselor, which I find quite a blessing, because with the more certifications and the more vortex healing attunements or transmissions I take, the more my system is open, to not only channel this deeper level of magical divine divinity, but also how it creates an amazing expansiveness in my own psychic awareness, where all I have to do is just look at a person in the eyes, and I can truly see, I can truly be a witness to what their soul reveals to me on so many different levels. I call it the sacred witness. I'm just like, it's such an incredible gift to have when you can see deep into a person's soul, if they so choose and allow it. Combine that with being able to sense certain things, being able to sense quite strongly what is going on during the healing session, what is being released, the channeling of information, guides, and higher self coming in. Of course, the divine intelligence of Merlin is always there guiding me and teaching me. I am so very blessed to be a part of such a healing modality that is part of such powerful, formidable, transformational grace. And I haven't quite found another modality that can quite match it, at least personally for me.
Blessed to have you with us, Simon. Thank you so much. Hello, Alesha.
Hi, everyone. so happy to be here again. Yeah, my name's Alesha, and I'm just a servant. I'm a servant of love, unconditional love, and of universal truth, and that is my truth, and I have like things that I do, like I'm a life coach, and I serve people as an energy healer. I serve people as a life coach. I serve people as just a human, and yeah, I think that's all. I mean, I do Reiki, I do a bunch of fun stuff, but I think ultimately, like, I feel like I'm just a servant. So thank you.
Beautiful.
Good day, hello, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am Akila. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so excited. This panel is amazing. A little background about me. I, too, like Lorna, have always had a spiritual relationship with people on the other side from a very young age. And coming from a background of religion and mom and grandma being religious figures, we did a lot of prayer and we did a lot of biblical work. So I didn't quite understand what these intuitive abilities were like, how they manifest, how they came about. And then this year for the pandemic, personally, I experienced quite a bit of loss this year during the Lionsgate and as a unveiling of the truth in 2020 and what the pandemic has made available for me. So I'm just following those energies. I'm following that intuition. I'm following the ancestry and the lineage of how those people on the other side have guided me and brought me to here. Kind of like my newfound friend and BFF Alesha. Who am I looking for? And I'm a servant to people out of love. I want to align myself with those who want access to what's possible for them. I want to be your Flavor Flav and your hype man. I want to get you on fire for your life. I want to help you get to wherever that is, because that's what Spirit says. We're all one. We come from love. We transmute this love, and it leads into this collective love, light, and healing, and the Bob Marley effect of life. One love, one race, one light. I'm honored to be here. Blessings.
Thank you so much. Hello, Dawn. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you, Kai, Juju, and Chloe. I'm very grateful to be here today. Thank you. Thank you. I got the chills already, feeling the good vibes. Angel Eyes Dawn Marie Delahunt. I'm here to awaken and inspire the angel eyes in you, in everyone, and let everyone know that we're all special and we're all gifted. That is something I truly believe. I guess I'm a psychic medium, angelic channel, most importantly, a spiritual teacher, an intuitive development coach. I help people awaken to their gifts. And I love that. I think it was Alesha saying, I do this, I do that. And it's like, we got lots of tools in our toolbox of everything we do. So it's hard to, in 5 minutes, say what we're going to do. And I think it's amazing because we do. There's a lot. We're all healers. We're all connecting, and everyone it's amazing how we're all here to make the world a better place, for us to all connect to that love, So, but for me, I just wanted to, and what my specialty is really helping people realize that they have it. A lot of people think I'm not clairvoyant, I'm not clairsentient, and it's just limited beliefs. They're keeping themselves from it. But through my activations and meditations and intuitive development classes, I help people connect, and that's what it's all about. And it's amazing because then they're changing lives. So it's like a domino effect. So I love it. I love being part of spiritual communities. I love raising the vibration of the planet by sharing our peace, love, and light. And that's what it's all about, to bring forward love and to let go of limited beliefs, let go of fears, worries, and doubt, and realize that all we have to do is tune into that higher power of love. Just like I think it was, I'm sorry, I forgot her name, Lorna, I said, the first one that came on. She was saying how we all need to connect to that God of their understanding, whatever you believe in. And I think that is beautiful because you know what? Connecting everyone's beliefs in the power of love is what it's all about. So I'm so grateful and honored to be here. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to today and everything else. God bless.
Thank you, Dawn. Okay, here we go. Hello, Sydney.
Hi everyone. It's beautiful to be here. Such a powerful day. So much energy moving through the planet today. And how would I introduce myself? Yeah, I love everything that's been shared. We're all such multifaceted, multidimensional beings, and sometimes titles and descriptions are really quite limiting when it comes to how we can show up in service to divinity and unconditional love in whatever way is needed in the moment. So I like to say that I am a heaven on earth architect, and I'm devoted to embodying my divinity in as many moments as possible. And in doing so, I can be an example and an attunement to others who are seeking to find themselves and really be themselves. I'm also an author and coach, strategist, and I'm really excited at this moment to be building new infrastructure and to be supporting other visionaries who kind of see the future that we're evolving into and see the new systems and types of offerings, types of service that we get to develop to support humanity and ourselves, of course, in thriving and living into more unity and enlightenment and multidimensional consciousness. And I also love training other facilitators in the Akashic Records. So this is one of my favorite modalities. I have a lot of other multidimensional healing modalities, I suppose, in my tool set, as was mentioned. The Akashic Records are one of my favorite vehicles for transformation, healing, and really assisting the embodiment process so that, individuals can be fully integrated in all of their aspects, all of their different dimensional aspects, and can really see the gifts that they come to bear in this life. So such an honor to be with you all today. And again, thank you so much for the invitation to share in this beautiful energy.
The honor is mine as well. Thank you so much, Sydney, for being here.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Yael, and I've been doing energy work for about 15 years now, along with my husband. We are both law of attraction coaches. We are both certified light body practitioners doing meditation therapy, inner child work, soul retrieval, healing in that matter. We're both cacao practitioners, as you said, like the list of modalities goes on. EFT practitioners, we're both Reiki master teachers. But then I got into channeling, and it was really, I've always, been able to channel on some level, but not really trusting in it. It wasn't until my first Reiki attunement that things just went boom to the next level, and it was just like, oh my God, it was like this whole new world is open, and it's just been going up exponentially over the years. And for me, it's like a channel right now as it goes. It's like literally direct to God consciousness. It's like, which is all of us. It's the we, it's the oneness, it's everything. It's just like literally I get these incredible downloads and images and feelings from everything to working with, people one-on-one to getting global messages as to how the universe works, quantum physics stuff. So it's really fun. And I absolutely love it when it starts happening. And with my husband, he's a channel as well. And his expertise is dealing with oracle cards. Literally tapping into a client's higher self and just pulling out the exact message that their higher self is trying to let them know. And, and again, the thing is, I know Dom said, we're all channels. And the one thing that my husband and I, we both co-founded lawofallowing.com. And the one thing that we say on all our web pages, our cacao page and this one, it's the purpose behind everything we do is to help people remember who they are as pure energy, to remember what they are capable of, and that is including channeling. And a lot of times we'll start them off with things like muscle testing. Muscle testing is a very easy way for people to just start opening up their channel. It's connecting to their body. Their body is all the answers, connecting to their higher selves. So that's one of the ways that we start people with doing that. But yeah, channeling is such a gift, and there's so many, different, we channel our higher selves, we channel our soul selves, we channel, ethereal beings, guides, angels, ascended masters. And, and then, like I said, I get to play with God consciousness, which is so much fun. But yeah, as we're just learning how to bridge all of these beautiful different levels of consciousness, we're remembering how to do that. It's so exciting and so much fun. And then being able to help people in sessions, whether it's online or private, we're realizing space and time don't even matter in this realm. Yeah, I'm so grateful for what I've been able to remember, and that I get to do it with my husband, and yeah, and we get to help everybody else remember as well. As Dawn said, you know, I was like, Dawn, I'm like, man, I'm like sitting here going, yeah, girl, thumbs up, because yeah, we're helping to raise the vibration of the universe. We are, and we're so lucky that we get to be on that, as Abraham Hicks says, that leading edge of thought, you know, championing the way. That's it.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, like, this is it, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Being able to be on the forefront of the pioneering, leading edge of reality and leading the way. Like, this is amazing. And yeah, Al, thank you for bringing it up that way. I'd love to just pose, you know, to our such a magical cast of people here. You know, what is that like for you? You know, like being able to, you know, to channel spirit in the way that you do. Like, what did it look like when you discovered that? What is it like for you now? Please feel free to chime in. As I say, the talking stick is in the middle.
I can share. You know, in this practice of just connecting, everything feels so simple. You know, it's like my experience of the embodiment process and remembering and, you know, really tuning in with your divinity and assisting others through that process. It's like we unlearn everything that we've learned that has created so much complexity and chaos and confusion and the illusion that there are negative beliefs and obstacles and challenges and things in the way of being who we are and doing what we want. And at the end of the day, especially when we, you know, tune into these higher frequencies that we now more than ever have so much access to, we're all getting just blasted on a daily basis with so much high frequency energy. Every single human being, every person is receiving these upgrades, these downloads, these DNA activations on a regular basis now. And we're just becoming the multidimensional, you know, genius beings that we are, and really feeling ourselves as that. And the more we can, you know, receive this energy, the more I find that it's like, wow, it's really all about presence, you know, unity consciousness and being in this unconditional love frequency, which is where we come from, which is our natural state. It becomes so natural to be in that space. It's like, oh, this feels like home. Can it be this easy? Can it be this slow? Can it be this nurturing, you know, this life? Can it be this synchronistic and in flow? You know, and so at this moment in our evolution, we're all really collectively on our different trajectories, really learning to be in the body, you know, and to let the body and the spirit be in this divine union, be in this beautiful dance, right? To lead the way, to let our higher consciousness lead the way, which it communicates through feeling, through sensation, through all these kinds of subtle cues, which we really get to feel as we're really deep inside of our body. And then simultaneously, our mind, we're learning to really reorient to our intellect and our rational mind in a way, so that we still get to have that there. We love our mind. We're just getting to learn to use it in a new way, so that it's not the dominant, you know, leader or guide of our lives. It's not the dominant lens through which we're operating in reality. We more so can use it as a tool to create with that which we want. And so I'm so proud of humanity, of all of us, and I'm celebrating all the support that we have access to right now. And it can be as simple as really tuning in to yourself and you know, really connecting to your own divine presence, slowing down. And all that's really here is always unconditional love. It's like the infinite source is always here, but we miss it if we're distracted in the mind and we're moving fast and we're not breathing, you know. And I love the simplicity that continues to reveal itself on this path. It's like more and more simple as you go.
I'd like to share, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
To segue what Sydney said. I love the whole, she's trying to explain the mind, body, soul connection, because it is all connected. And one thing for me, I opened up 9/11. That's when I started having all these experiences. I'm sure a lot of us have been on the journey since then. And I didn't know what was going on. And, I went to a medium, and then I went to a spiritual teacher, and then I'm not a big reader, so I had to see all these people. So I got blessed to meet amazing spiritual authors and teachers on Hay House. I mean, it's been a beautiful journey. But one thing my teacher had said to me, well, you don't need to go travel. All you got to do is connect. I'm like, I don't know how to connect. I got to go learn to connect. She's like, all you got to do is meditate. But I was so hyper, I couldn't sit down. So I had to learn it my own way. So I always tell all my students, you got to take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And it's been an amazing journey. And I have to say, using tools such as angel cards and automatic writing and meditation have been something that helped me. So I encourage everyone to try that. I'm sure all you guys know because you've all used it, but people that are new to this. And the one thing too is it's about healing. And I know Kai knows this, from class. But as we heal our own stuff, all of a sudden we're more connected. So it's like, guess what? If get rid of anger, get rid of people that not holding on to anger, or you have to forgive. You got to get rid of all that stuff. And I know it's easier said than done. And but once you do, that's where the magic happens. Speaking of magic, and it's a beautiful thing. I have to say, I always share great tools and techniques, of things I've learned, and then things that Spirit gave to me directly. And I love it because anything that was innately channeled to me, that's where channeled to me directly and given. That's where we really can help people. Realizing that we all are connected, we all can channel, and we have our own divine wisdom within that we're supposed to share. And you don't have to worry about anyone else doing it or someone did it the way, because you're going to do it in your own way. You have your own experience. So everyone has that magic within, and to connect and heal, grow. And one thing that you've heard, I'm sure everyone's heard, your mess becomes your message, right? So a lot of the stuff that we've gone through helped get us there. And by sharing, we could help others rise above instead of being stuck and wallowing like we were for so long. And there's no perfect time. Like a lot of us, I feel like, and I got the chills and I'm almost shaking because I'm so emotional, that a lot of us that woke up 9/11, I've had experiences. I saw grandma in the closet, or, great grandma in the closet, but my mom said it was just toys, it got shut down, so I woke up 9/11, and other people, and some people might have woke up then and put it on the side burner. It doesn't matter, divine timing, but whoever, and I jumped into it more when 2012, the great alignment, the big shift. And now, what am I doing now? I'm helping people. I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I'm going live more because the world needs whoever is aware and awake, whatever it doesn't matter what you've been doing. You just got to show up and share what you know, because so many people don't know to put themselves in a bubble light. So many people don't know that they could ask God and the angels for help. And it's crazy. We think everyone's awake and aware, but we could be only 20%. I mean, maybe we were 10% before the pandemic. It's about really raising it because people are still stuck, especially now. So I'm very passionate, as you can see, about really all of us just showing up and sharing what we know, no matter how much experience we have, because there's something that's a little bit a golden nugget for somebody else that's going to save their life. So I'm very excited.
I gotta be honest, I hear you, and I'm so with you. That's why I love starting people off with muscle testing, just letting them know you can connect with your higher self. The first thing you can channel is your higher self, and your higher self has that connection to all knowing. So literally we just start them off have them stand up straight, doing self muscle testing, have them stand up straight and getting into that feeling getting channeling with their body. So like we'll have them, for those who may be watching and who are new, if you stand up straight, you just kind of ground yourself, let your shoulders drop, and you can say to yourself, like for me, my name is Yael, and then I'll feel myself leaning forward. And then if I say my name is Susan, I immediately feel like something's pulling me backwards. And then you can go into something like a setup statement, like, and it can be anything. I literally muscle test on everything from what chicken to buy at the supermarket to, what I should charge for an energy session. So it'll be like, okay, it is. So I always do a setup statement saying like, it is for my highest good and the good of all concerned that I blah, blah, blah. So for example, if I was to say, it's for my highest good and the good of all concerned that I join Kai in this summit, it's, immediately going forward. But with anything, and when people start feeling that in their body and they start feeling, there's really a pull and there's really a connection, and they start, that gives them that first sense of, oh my God, I'm powerful. Oh my God, I can do this. I don't need, I just need instruction to help waken this up. And once they just tap into they can do this, even in the slightest degree in muscle testing, then it just boom, just starts. And then they can just start opening up and say, all right, hey, higher self, guides, everybody show me, bring it on. And it's really so much fun to watch, as we get clients that explore this. And then, and again, Dawn, I'm like, so with you, girl, releasing the limiting beliefs, releasing all that stuff. And that's their first step into releasing the limiting belief that they can't do this as well as all of us. So, yeah. So you're asking what gets excited. I get that. That gets me excited when I see somebody muscle test for the first time and see, oh my God. And then a lot of times, like when we're doing this, we use cacao to help people, open up their heart, to really be able, the cacao acts as a vasodilator. So it opens up brain function, heart function. So when we're working with cacao, it helps people who really may have a lot of mind chatter and stuff like that kind of settle down and get into their heart center and into their third eye, opening up the pineal gland. So that's another tool that we use with a lot of the stuff that we do in helping people. But yeah, Dawn, I'm like, that's the most exciting part, is watching, being the lighthouse, being the antenna of vibration, calling everybody else in home saying, you can do this too.
I would love to go back to Kai's question, because I'm kind of bursting here, reliving the tipping point in my own life where I historically, in really since a young child, was an empath and was extremely intuitive, and didn't realize that's what it was called. I just was. I am is. But the tipping point came in my own life, and it's just a wonderful experience, because you can look at yourselves at any point in time, and then begin to see how a change occurs. And you can even look at what was happening just a moment prior to the change, and then the change occurring. And this was my own experience. As I mentioned, I have always been an empath and always been intuitive, and use this in my work with people in mental health and addictions. And I tell you, a lot of times this is what got me out of jams when I was in a situation where a person might harm themselves or harm others. But anyway, I had been searching for something more, despite a extremely big career in mental health. When I say big, in terms of being in charge of millions of dollars in budgets, and someone mentioned 9/11. I coordinated 9/11 services, aftercare services, for 3 psychiatric hospitals, and I was in charge of a $20 million budget to make it happen in a very, very short time. But besides that, the tipping point for me, from my intuitive aspect to actually having what someone mentioned about clairsentience, clairaudience, all of that kind of stuff came just so slowly and just so effortlessly. And I think, as Sydney said, it was so simple. I was involved with a group. We did a meditation, and the woman, and I'm still involved with the woman that I offered the reading to. And it tells you something about soul groups, as perhaps we are all part of a soul group. But I remember the intensity of the emotion that came through as I blended with the spirit of her husband who had passed. And I will tell you, and many of you out there in the audience, if you have your own tipping point, do not be frightened. I was frightened because of the intensity of the feeling that I had with his manner of passing. And later on in the next day of the session I was involved in, despite me trying to hide and be very small within a group of about 200, the leader of the group came directly to me and said, "Lorna, get up on the stage. You're going to dim." And again, with only trust and belief, I got up there and was able to offer a mediumship reading of a woman that was present. Very interesting, right? Talking about evidence. I'm sure Dawn will agree with me about evidential mediumship and how important it is. And out of 200 people, as a beginning medium, I was able to pick the right person on hers that had passed. So I want to encourage those that are in our audience to consider the extent to which they may experience a tipping point, and they may experience an opportunity to open up their channels. Now, not everybody is going to be a medium or an intuitive or a healer or any of those wonderful spiritual practices that we're involved in. Quite frankly, we need people with a spiritual understanding of life and themselves and others, and see themselves as part of a loving human community. We need them as lawyers, as doctors, as presidents, may I say respectfully, as people that are leading us. You see, people that are leading us. If they have this sense about them in terms of the relationship that they have with one another as part of a human community, as part of a loving, inspiring community, we have a chance for a better world. We have a chance that the granddaughter that I have, that perhaps she will have the experience of a more loving, inspired, positive human community. So look for that tipping point. Don't be frightened as I was, because it's there for each and every one of you, and for you to be able to implement whatever your spiritual proclivities, whether it's healing, whatever, in whatever you do, in whatever shape or form that you decide to live your life.
Oh, I definitely like that.
Love that. Undercover angels. Undercover angels. I just had to say it. You know, all those people that you were saying, they have to step in. I'm sorry, Simon, but they have to step in and be who they are in whatever job they're in. That's beautiful. Just wanted to throw that tidbit.
Right.
Go ahead, Simon. Sorry.
The tipping point is probably the tipping point. That's one way of describing about what I have experienced in this the spiritual path, and also on this magical path of Merlin, because before I became a professional healer, I am the archetype of the wounded healer, and I'm sure there are everyone here probably relates to that in some way, that our deepest wounds, our deepest trauma become a very powerful catalyst for our own spiritual growth and for our own wisdom as a healer. So in the beginning, I was dealing with terrible anxiety, terrible insecurity, terrible self-esteem issues, terrible self-doubt, and just finding ways to sort of like many ways to avoid being in my power. And I was pursuing another career. I was trying to work as in the art gallery world. But then, I started taking certifications in Reiki, and then came my first certification of vortex healing in 2001. And that's when I began to see it. This is like, if one wishes to raise their vibration, you have to sort of like pay a very powerful admission. And that powerful admission is the confrontation of everything that you're not looking at, the confrontation of every nook and cranny that is unconscious, that is pain, that is shadow, that is fear. And this energy healing modality that I am part of is formidable in confronting that. But what is also powerful is it begins to show you that everything that hurts you or makes you uncomfortable or brings you pain is a powerful mirror to show you something that may be unresolved within yourself. And okay, being open to channel, I can't stress enough just the sincere desire to be open cannot be enough if we are not aware of those places in which we still choose to be unconscious. We cannot, as they say, spiritually bypass that. And oh boy, when one's desire and one's intent to keep going up in your vibration, to keep embodying that divinity, the divine will show no mercy with you. It is what Ram Dass has called a fierce grace that obliterates, shatters, destroys all that is false. And I have been destroyed many times, but what has fallen away is simply all that is false. And it has been actually traumatic at times, but that traumatic dismantling was a reflection of my own resistance, my own fear and I had incredible fear, and I had been shaken to the core by this very powerful fierce grace, and many times it has brought me to my knees in a place of surrender, because that's where the universe wishes you to be. The first surrender that the first true spiritual surrender that I experienced was when I had to give up my art career for my healing path. I mean, I was going nowhere. And after I got fired from another job, I had a little mini meltdown and I surrendered. And I think that's very important to know that difference between when unresolved pain is causing you struggle and suffering, or when the divine is taking away all that is false so that you may grow. That is a very powerful leap in faith for us to take. When you make that commitment to yourself, I wish to be of light. Well, what does that mean? You will experience the bliss. You will experience the incredible, powerful spiritual connection. You will experience the beautiful synchronicities. You will experience the beautiful adventure. But you will be put to the test to see, can you look at this part of yourself that you don't want to see, and can you keep looking at it until the light is in there? No matter how painful it is, no matter how dark it is, can you keep looking at and shining your light there? Because that is the nature of light. It's like the sun, okay? It shines on it. Okay, it shines on everything, and some light that shines casts shadow. And that is the raising of light. That is the raising of the awareness that is a part of that. All right. If one wishes to be an open channel, one must get ready for the courage of such very powerful and very vulnerable inner self-discovery.
Simon. Yeah, snaps all around. Yes, Aquila. I'm really present to that our paths, ours here on the screen, ours, and I'm sure many of our viewers as well. There's a lot of duality present on our journeys towards discovering our intuition, our intuitive abilities, channeling, and yes, sometimes some of our best and biggest breakthroughs come from breakdowns. There's a lot of opportunity there. So leaning into that and welcoming the discovery, welcoming the growth in those breakdowns. And I believe it was Sydney who mentioned earlier that mindset shift of it not being a hindrance or something that's holding us back or like a challenge, right? But something that's an opportunity, a possibility for us to continue to grow and become more connected to source, to spirit, to ourselves.
Yeah.
So thank you, Simon. I think that was a very beautiful way to wrap up our space. Unfortunately, I believe yet again we are running close on time.
Yeah, I say this: if my heart breaks, it only breaks open wider.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I also just want everyone to know that those of us who are here on this panel, it's not just your words that are making an impact. Your presence is absolutely impacting this conversation. What you have already shared and just simply who you are is a big deal here. And I can tell you that, for instance, Alesha had delivered to me a very important reminder, just to tie it all in a nice big bow. You know, that there are angels in disguise out there, you know, that are doing their job, you know, and we are some of them, you know what I mean? So just continue to do what you do and to be who you are in the world, and that is enough. That is enough. You're making an impact just by being here. And when I say here, I'm talking about present, because that's where all the gifts are. That's where the magic happens. So thank you, each and every one of you, for being a part of this panel, being a part of this summit. I appreciate you so, so, so much. And I look forward to continuing to connect. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone watching as well. We'll see you after the break.